Solicitor General, in the House, you were asked
we're going to have to get time.
I'm just going to try and confirm some information.
Are you
okay?
the question on notice?
Yes.
Can we come back to you later then?
Yes, absolutely.
Solicitor General, why weren't you aware of that? In the House, you were asked to confirm that the Integrated Illegal Gaming Task Force had been shut down this past April, specifically. You took that question on notice. Why was that?
Well, first of all, let me tell you is issues related to illegal gaming in this province are still being looked at and will continue to be looked at. The Ministry of Housing and Social Development decided that they were going to cut back that particular aspect of it and put it into an area where it's more coordinated. And I support that decision. And that decision is to take those types of investigation and bring them back to local jurisdictions, that whether it's municipal or whether it's RCMP, and that they will work with the provincial gaming investigators to deal with that particular problem. We're policing smarter than we've policed before. In addition to that, we have the opportunity to involve CFSU and the Integrated Gang Task Force, because many of the people that are involved in this type of activity are organized crime figures and gang crime individuals. So we have a more comprehensive approach to dealing with illegal gaming in British Columbia.
I understand that, but I guess the question remains, you're the top cop in BC, and you didn't know that the Integrated Illegal Gaming Enforcement Team had been shut down. I mean,
let me just tell you something, Sean. I was well aware that we were still investigating illegal gaming in this province in a more comprehensive fashion. That's what I do know, and that's my goal, to ensure that we're able to carry on with those types of investigations in British Columbia.
Now that you've had a little time to review the comments that this retired officer made, are you concerned by the things that he's saying?
I'm not concerned because, I've been advised, and I'm very well aware now, that we have a comprehensive piece of policing still here in British Columbia to deal with illegal gaming. And we're coordinating our efforts a lot more than we ever have before. We're policing smarter than we ever have before, not only on the gaming issue, but on the gangs and the organized crime and local policing, working with local jurisdiction. The traffic fine revenues, the time that we've had it, we've given over $260 million back to local governments for them to be involved in safety and crime issues in their communities.
But you've always said, you and your predecessors have said, the way to smarter policing is through specialized integrated units. And now you're saying that you've actually increased the efficiency of doing this. You've made it better by getting rid of the integrated unit and giving it back to the local
Well, that's
detectives.
a bit of mischaracterization, simply because we're being more comprehensive in the coordination of our efforts to deal with this problem, recognizing that if we had a unit over there, it wasn't effective as taking that type of investigation and put it into a more comprehensive model, which we have right now, which involves all stakeholders with respect to that. And I want to preference that with, based on my experience, the people that are involved in illegal gaming in British Columbia are people that are most likely involved in gang behavior, gang activity, and organized crime activity in this province. And I think that's of no surprise to either of you.
But this is
a pretty
Sean. Serious statement that he's saying, that the provincial government wanted a radar gun level approach to enforcing illegal gaming rather than activities that would significantly disrupt criminal activity.
That's that individual's opinion, and he's entitled to his own opinion, but not his own set of facts. And I'm giving you the facts with respect to how we're dealing with illegal gaming, gangs, and organized crime in British Columbia that are involved in this activity.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Minister.
Sean. Thanks, Rob.